Hey! Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I'm C. And what's my momentum? Okay, what's my momentum? We all know about the Chappelle thing that's going on right now, but you know they try to cancel him because of the Netflix special he did. But now he actually is entering.
They say
he's
addressing.
There we go. It's right here, addressing the controversy. Wow.
They say he was staying quiet and refusing to answer them. Like they were calling him out and they were asking him to come and talk. And apparently he says no and blah blah blah. In this, he talks about it.
Let's just watch it. And
he explains
what's going on.
What's really going on.
Yeah.
So I watched it. He hasn't. I found it very interesting. I'm curious to see his take on it and you guys' take on it. As always, let us know in the comments below what you think about this video, and like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notified for upcoming videos. I almost said comment. I don't know why. Still think you were calling me crazy.
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refuse. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we're speaking about.
First of all, before we continue, that's effed up.
I was
like
waiting for you to
that's a blatant lie if that's true. Trying to make him look bad by saying he didn't accept it.
Does.
Like that's a blatant it's not like a white lie or like a lie that might be seen as like, you know, misunderstanding. That's basically just a lie. That's crazy. That's crazy.
They addressed out loud that they wanted him to come speak, but they never physically asked him. So they felt like he should have just came, but he was like, no. If you invite me to come and talk to you, I'll come and talk to you. But I'm not just gonna come me and go on my hands and knees for you, pretty much.
Like you took in and come to me and ask me, not just, you know. But yeah, let's continue.
I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we're speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore. I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for...
You heard the guy? We know.
Because that's what they do.
That's what they do.
They try to get people to fight against each other.
Exactly.
And if you know anything about Dave Chappelle, he actually has a lot of friends from that community.
Yeah, but they do not care.
But they don't care about that. They hear him say certain things. Like, I could have friends that are gay, that are black, that believe in the Messiah. I don't have to agree with their contracts, whatever they do. I don't have to agree with my friend that believes in Messiah. I don't have to say that I think it's appropriate for
basically
people to be making out in public that are of the same gender. Those are my opinions. And I'm just using these as examples. These aren't actually my opinions. Just saying. Those are my opinions. And I can still be friends with them and have different opinions. There's a difference. I just hate how people in the media...
Their job to make him look like a monster, so they try to make it seem like he's against the community. I mean, that's just what they do.
It's not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
Exactly. Say it louder for people the best.
For the record, And I need you to know this. Everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield, and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me, and we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd. This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos at Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet.
See, that's why I like him. He's so humble to the people around him. Like, he gives them credit when credit's due. And he says, listen, you don't have to believe me, but you still do. And I appreciate that.
I'm actually very surprised that Netflix actually now, like we're not gonna, just bow to you now. Because even the people who work there doing the workout and everything, they're like, okay, you can leave. I'm very surprised they did that, because big corporations, like he was saying, usually don't do that. They usually try to stay how do I say this? An ally to the LGBT community.
Yeah.
And it's not an ally, it's them trying to prove that they are
but like you
ally,
said,
but they're really not.
Really the LGBT community.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the society wants to make it seem like that the LGBTQ plus community is so sensitive and is getting offended by everything. And there might be small cases of where that's true, and some of them are, but majority of it is just the media saying that so they could watch people fight. Like Tom McDonald said in one of his videos, let's just throw this out here so they could get focused on that, and we could just do this in the background and they don't know what's going on.
That's how I said.
You know what I mean?
That's how I was saying. There's a disconnect between, because regular people who doesn't really, follow this kind of stuff, they listen to the media. The media has said there's this great war going on with Dave Chappelle and the community, but there's really nothing going on. It's the media trying to prop things up.
Yep.
People can fight about it.
They want to put on a puppet show so that way we can focus on this instead of focusing on real issues that are going on in the world.
Let's go see.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands.
Damn straight. I'm Dave Chappelle, bitch.
And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end.
Right.
You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny. I desperately want people to see this movie, But I understand why investors would be nervous. Since nobody will touch it, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make it available for all of you in 10 American cities, going on sale in the next few days. You will be able to see this movie in its entirety, and you can see what they're trying to obstruct you from seeing. And you can judge for yourself, but you cannot have this conversation and exclude my voice from it. That is only fair. You have to answer the question, am I canceled or not? Then let's go. Thank you very much, and good night.
He is awesome. God. Seriously.
Yeah, man. It's good that he did this. Stand up to those people so he can show other comedians that don't let them bully you into submission.
No.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. You have to stand up for yourself. And not just comedians, it's everybody because with corporations and the media are doing, they're trying to stifle people's freedoms, pretty much.
Well, it's like, you know, freedom. I mean? It's like they feeding you lies, and you.
But they're trying to control people.
Exactly,
like,
by feeding you lies.
They're saying that you can only talk about this. Mm-hmm. And if you go outside these lines, then I'm going to spread rumors and stuff like that to show you where your place is, pretty much. That's not what America's about. America was founded for the reasons to be able to be a place where you're free to do these things, where you're free to stand on the stage and talk about whatever you want to talk about, make fun of whatever you want to make fun about, whether it's yourself, whether it's your mama, whether it's the President of the United States. That's why we have the American flag. The American flag is there for us to be able to have that freedom that no other country has. So that we can make fun of our own country if we wanted, make fun of our own flag if we wanted. And to do that to such a prominent star and think that you're going to make somebody like Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr like crumble. Like, you're funny.
It's funny.
And I think Netflix knows that. I think that's why Netflix had his back. Because they're like, you know what? How many specials do I have of Dave Chappelle on Netflix? How much money does he bring in for me? Like, and I know, and knowing, when you go into business with these people, you got to know a little bit about them, right? When you're going into these, when you have a person like Dave Chappelle on your Netflix studio, right? And you have a lot of his specials on there. You have probably met him face to face a few times. You probably had a few sit downs with him. So you know his character a little bit on top of the fact that he is bringing you in money. So the Netflix producer guy, whatever.
I think vice president
was probably like, no, this is bullshit. I'm not doing that.
I mean, like I said before, I'm very surprised that Netflix actually stood up to them and not, bend and be like, and pull the special off of Netflix. And the other thing is the disconnection between what's really happening and what the media want people to believe is happening is a big thing. Even with Jordan Peterson, he was like, the media make it seem like he's this evil person who everybody hates, but he says like most people that he interact with tell him that how they love him and how he changed their lives for the better. Mm-hmm. You say,
and they like to make it seem like
and all his and all his he said in all his meetings with fans, he can only see like a couple of people, like less than 5 people who actually was negative towards him. Mm-hmm. So most people were like positive towards him. But you will but they'll have us believe that everybody hates Jordan Peterson. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think there's a disconnect between what's really happening and what the people want you to believe is happening.
And it's in this case with the LGBTQ plus community and Dave Chappelle, it's really a hit on both sides because you're making the LGBTQ community. There's too many letters, okay? You're making that community seem like they're so sensitive and fragile that they get offended over every little thing. And then you're also making it seem like Dave Chappelle is this big bully.
I think it's just
So like you're literally you're not really it's not like the media's going in like what they did with Jordan Peterson and they're like, oh, we're defending women, he's going against women and blah blah blah.
It's a minority of very loud voices.
Both sides.
It's a minority of very loud voices that's dictating, you know, what people believe.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about this. I mean.
Yeah, I have to applaud him for everything he said. Everything he said took a lot of courage. One, a lot of balls to go up there and not be afraid and pretty much say, cancel me, don't cancel me, don't cancel
Am I
me. I
canceled?
don't give a fuck. Like,
Mic drop.
Seriously. So, and to basically speak the truth, whether people want to believe it or not, he spoke his truth. And not only that, he applauded those that had his back in both the community that are supposedly against him and the show the
Netflix. Netflix?
The what's it called?
Community?
No. The Netflix. What is it like the brand? Like you know how they call
company, corporation.
Yeah, corporation, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. The corporation that supposedly wants to cancel him.
I'm not even sure if it's a corporation, but okay, whatever.
Isn't it? Like,
it's a company, but I don't know if it's a corporation. But yeah.
Yeah, that has his back, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, guys.
I forgot what I was going to say because I couldn't think of the word I wanted to say.
Good for him for actually doing this and like, you know, answering back and I just let people just say whatever they want.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. All I gotta say, like,
comment,
subscribe.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.